You know that moment when you leave the movie theater after seeing a movie, and you really want to tell someone about that movie? These are those moments.
We just saw a romantic movie. This is the story of a forbidden love between a candlestick and the clock.
We saw Beauty and the Beast.
The live-action remake.
It is not only the remake of a classic, but changing form from an animated classic to a live-action classic. And of course, this was also very popular on the stage.
And it stayed pretty true to the original. It just added several different scenes. Gaston had more of a, they added more of a reason to hate him than there even was in the animated version. And there was some explanation of why Beast and Belle are the way they are, while exploring depths that maybe an animated movie can't even really go into. Music, they had pretty much every single song from the animated movie, and they added 2 or 3 more songs just to even add to it. So I'm not really sure what people are complaining about. Some parents and people didn't want their child or children to see this movie, and they boycotted it.
I think it's silly that people would boycott this movie. They just added a little bit more depth to LeFou's character. Some people were not happy with the casting of Emma Watson. People say that she's not a good singer and that her voice was auto-tuned. I didn't hear that very much. I thought she did very well, and I thought she did really well with a lot of Belle's expressions, and I think she really, explored her character and played it truthfully. I only noticed a little bit of an auto-tuney sound when Beast sang his song. The CGI was not as good as it could be, but I thought the CGI was pretty well. The only times that I thought it could have been better were with some of the textures in the snow scenes during daylight, mostly. During the day, there was one scene with Belle and Beast outside on a little bridge, and that just looked too digital, but it didn't take me out of the story. I'm not somebody who cries in movies, so I didn't cry during this movie, but if I were a crier, I would have been in tears towards the end.
And she was.
What?
Didn't cry as much as you did when in Inside Out, but did cry a little bit. I noticed some tears.
I didn't cry. How would you know? It was dark in there.
I heard you crying. That's what I wanted to
see. What do you mean heard me crying? I didn't make any noise.
But I did think that this live-action remake did, if not as good, maybe better than the animated version, just because it touches on more themes while staying as true to the original as you could expect. We got actual pictures of the cast. This is Emma Watson.
She was wonderful as Belle.
As Belle, an actual screenshot from the movie. So this is the actual screenshot of Dan Stevens as Beast. Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson was freaking great. I love that little, it was so simple, but the little face that they drew, it doesn't look like this, but the little face that was
Wait,
drawn...
there's an actual screenshot from the movie, though. So how
oh, yeah, true.
And this is Chip.
And Chip was just, oh, so cute.
A little boy. I forget his name.
Lumiere freaking stole the show.
I think this was Ian McGregor.
He was great.
Maybe.
He just, okay, if there was one thing that maybe was inappropriate for children, he is just a sexual being, this Lumiere.
And this is Ian McClellan.
And Cogsworth, that's another criticism. Not from me. Oh my god, stop. People thought that Cogsworth was not developed very well, and he wasn't developed very well, but I didn't think he was developed very well in the animated movie either.
If you're gonna make a movie, you can't develop every single character to their nth degree.
But I actually liked him because when you see it, you'll notice that he actually had little comments that he would make, almost little cynical, sarcastic comments that I thought were cute, and they did give him character.
They all had personality. So
there's a truck watching us.
I think the miscast of Emma Watson really shows
the divided political nature that our country is trying to do in entertainment should really not talk about those things. So, blah, 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 blah. I mean, we're getting, like, so politically divided that we don't want to admit that we have social issues in this country.
I give this movie 5 stars because I know that story is the most important thing, and it told its great story, and the whole time I was just so entranced with what was going on, and that's something that's rare.
I also would give this movie 5 stars out of 5. As soon as the movie ended, the first words out of my mouth to Rebecca were mesmerizing. What better compliment can you give a movie to say that it transports you into this world and way of being?
Yeah.
When you're, like, putting yourself in those shoes, like, seeing these household objects come to life, which I also think is a little thing, but, like, I don't think the animated movie, like, made that as clear, like, how weird this is, that you're walking into a house and these, like, teacups are talking to you. I think, if you let yourself watch this movie, loving the story that you saw as a kid, and you just let yourself take the movie for what it is, I really think you're gonna have a fun time and enjoy it.
Good job, Disney.
Not Disney. Disney.
So what did you think of Beauty and the Beast? Let us know, and
So see you next time.
see you next time. I also like the way they did the credits.